Wow. A day after Vasyl Lomachenko accuses the judges of bribery and cheating him out of the Teofimo fight, Teofimo finally responds to these allegations. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash app, and the Patreon family. We definitely working. Cash app is $Boxingego. We are going to close this year strong. Appreciate everybody who sent donations and support to the channel, encouraging comments, etc. Christmas is coming. Happy holidays. Let's get into today's content. If you're new, consider subscribing. I drop daily content and talk about boxing, go live, do watch parties for the bigger fights, Canelo Alvarez fight party tonight, and more. So let me tell you guys what's up. This is your boy Ego speaking, and I will put the link in the description. Boxing Insider, they captured this. Basically, Vasyl Lomachenko is friends with this Instagram page. It's called LOMA, I think it is. And he basically did an exclusive interview randomly, and he accused the judges of accepting bribes, and basically says he was set up, and anybody with a brain that watched the fight would have saw him winning the fight, basically, or at the worst case scenario, a draw, but there's no way that he lost the fight. You know, I did a video about it. It wasn't really the best way to go out in my eyes. You guys see right here, it says Vasyl Lomachenko opens up on Teofimo loss. Quote, "It's about being bribed. There was nothing honest about judging." The article says after having time to dissect his unanimous decision loss to Teofimo roughly 2 months ago, former 3-division world titleist Lomachenko is screaming robbery. He says, quote, "If we counted strictly by the book, the scorecards would be different," said Lomachenko. So that already cues you in. Then he went on to say that I took 1 round for the first half of the fight and 5 rounds for the second half, namely rounds 7 through 11. So he's admitting that he lost round 12, which is what I told you. We've got 6-6, which is a draw. If it's a draw, we use the unspoken rule of boxing, you know? So he's getting technical, playing semantics. The unspoken rule of boxing, we look for rounds 10 through 12. I won 2 of them. It's 2-1. Which I've never even heard of that, bro. I never heard of the unspoken rule where you forget what somebody did for the first 9 rounds. And, you know, that's just like when people say, oh, you got to do more to beat the champ. No, you don't. That's a old wives' tale, urban legend. You don't have to do more to beat the champ. All you have to do is score the fight round by round. If it's a 12-round championship fight, you have to win more than the other opponent, more rounds than they did, period. You don't have to do more and beat up on the champ. If at the end of 12 rounds, if it goes to the decision, you tabulate knockdowns, point deductions, and who won what round, 10-8 rounds, 10-9 rounds, whatever, even rounds, and then you tabulate the score, and whoever won more rounds or whatnot, they win the fight, period. So this, I told you this is a bad look for Lomachenko. He said they knew the possibility of a knockout from my side was around 20%. What does it say? It's about being bribed. There was nothing about honest judging. I don't even know what that means right now. Like, first of all, Lomachenko is crying over a shoulder injury, but again, at this highest level, like this man, like this, he's making it look bad. I'm telling you, Lomachenko is just not accepting losses, making it look bad. For starters, you are a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. I'm sure you've been injured before. In fact, I know he has. You know, between the amateur and pro career, he was in Macau, China, and he fought, I think, this dude that looked like a fake Pacquiao, and he fractured his hand, and he made it through that fight. It just so happens you were in there with the big, strong, youthful kid who could box, who could punch, and was motivated. You lost, you know? But the other thing that's questionable about what he said is, quote, they knew the possibility of a knockout from my side was 20%. So how would they know that you were injured and you couldn't get a knockout? Who is they? Do you see what I'm saying? Because if you were really injured and whoever they are knew you were injured and was telling the other side, or Teofimo found this information, then why would you even continue the fight as opposed to postponing it? So if you knew that you couldn't compete to the best of your ability, right, then you should have postponed the fight, period. And if whoever they are knew you were injured, then you should have did a better job, you and your team, of keeping that under wraps. It's just so many questions. This is a bad look for Lomachenko. But as you guys see, title in the video, Lomachenko, these claims have been responded to by Teofimo Lopez. Make sure you guys smash the like button. And I have it on the screen for you guys, Teofimo, and let me blow it up for you guys. Shout out to the judges for their service. Hashtag he knows I know. Hashtag the takeover. And he put a smiley face, crying face, and a frown face. And he's, you know, this is literally the day after he dropped this interview. So obviously Teofimo is responding to it. He says, shout out to the judges for their service. So he's basically taunting and, you know, picking at and, you know, mocking Vasyl Lomachenko for his allegations, this whole bribery, because he's given praise to the judges, like they did their thing. You know what I mean? They got it right. I agree with Teofimo though. I do think the judges got it right. You know, I definitely don't think that this was an issue where the judges got it wrong, or, you know, there was some type of foul play. Lomachenko literally did not do anything for 7 rounds. He wasn't throwing punches. So I don't know how they're doing in the Ukraine, you know, but in boxing in America, no judge is going to give you rounds if you simply put aren't throwing enough punches. That's just kind of how the game goes. So I don't know. It sounds like Lomachenko has watched the fight, but I don't understand where he's coming from that angle. So all in all, you know, shout out to Teofimo. He did his thing. I don't really get Lomachenko's angle. At the end of the day, he got the ring belt. He got the belts that you once claimed. And you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want, but it doesn't change the fact that he has your belt and he's moving on. Like, real talk, if I was Teofimo, I wouldn't even give him a rematch, because look at how he's acting. You the man, you got all, look at these, bow, 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 bow. Yeah, yeah. Every time I'm in that street, I hear yeah, 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 man down. I wouldn't even give Lomachenko another opportunity. Look how he's taking it. And it's funny because you have guys like Paulie Malignaggi who were screaming like that the American fighter, and I don't know if Devin Haney got the memo, but it's no longer the time of the African American fighter. And I understand Teofimo is not African American, but he's still an American fighter. And you got guys like Paulie Malignaggi who were making the argument that white Eastern European fighters are taking over the sport, and, you know, nobody can keep up and compete with them. But Teofimo just blasted out Lomachenko. You have an African American fighter in Jamal Charlo. He just blasted out Sergey Derevyanchenko, an Olympian from the Ukraine as well. Victor Postal just lost to a Mexican American, Jose Ramirez, right? So it's like, what are guys like Paulie Malignaggi even talking about? And, you know, Kovalev lost to a fighter out of Mexico, Canelo. He lost to a black and white fighter, Andre Ward, from America. You know what I mean? So it's like, where did he even get this talking point? So, you know, it is what it is, but this is a bad look. The person kind of from that region, the Eastern European region, that took their loss like a G was either Derevyanchenko or Postal. You know, you didn't really hear Postal crying too much over the Ramirez fight. I thought he arguably could have won that fight, to be honest. I mean, maybe I should watch it again or whatever, but watching it first viewing, I thought it was extremely close. Derevchenko, not so much. I only gave him 3 rounds versus Jamal Charlo, but he didn't cry about it. He didn't say nothing or whatever. But look at how Kovalev took his loss to Andre Ward, both of them. You look at how Lomachenko is taking this loss. I get it. These two on screen, they were talking a lot of trash, but they lived up to it. They lived up to everything that they said. You know, look at his hat. It says Nostradamus. They lived up. Look, they called it. They predicted what was going to happen, and it happened. He said, I'm going to send Lomachenko back to dancing school. And that's kind of what they did. And now Lomachenko's doing select interviews with like Russian or Ukraine media. He's not giving nobody else no interviews, like Ellie or somebody. There's Ellie right there, right? Not giving nobody else the interview. And then he's coming out with these far-fetched, I was bribed, instead of just giving the kid his credit. You know, look how Triple G lost when he lost to Canelo. Look how he took the loss. The actual second fight. I thought he won the first fight. Look how Lomachenko's taking his loss. You know, so it is what it is. Teofimo, it's up to him, but I don't see how he would even be encouraged to want to give a rematch to Lomachenko. Look at how he's acting. You know, truth be told, look at how he's acting. He's not acting like a good sport. And it's just funny because when Deontay Wilder, when people feel he's making up excuses for the Tyson Fury loss, they're all over his case saying, oh, your boy Wilder and this and whoop, whoop, whoop. Now Lomachenko is saying stuff that, like, at least Deontay Wilder is saying Tyson Fury glove, something looks wrong with it, and it felt like something was wrong with it, and his ear was bleeding. So there's circumstantial evidence there. You can physically look at Tyson Fury's glove and see it doesn't look like the standard issue, brand new glove, right? And Tyson Fury has had past issues of cheating and nandrolone and cocaine in his system. And he had a Christian Hammer fight where his glove, the bout was called to a halt while they fixed the glove because his thumb was missing and all types of stuff like that. So at least Wilder has a leg to stand on, you know, with those allegations. But Lomachenko's out here telling people the judges were bribed and there was nothing honest, and the whole world watched the fight and see Lomachenko didn't really get active until the 8th round or so. So I don't know exactly how. What does that say? Black Lives Matter. Shout out to Tio, young gun. You know, I like Tio's energy and his pops. The bottom line is he lived up to what he said he was going to live up to. You know, Lomachenko out here complaining and blaming the judges, and there's no proof to what you're saying at all. There's no history of, and the funny thing is somebody got to be lying, because Teofimo, before Lomachenko even came out with this bribery, if you guys actually know boxing, you'll know that Teofimo has done interviews where he said after he beat Lomachenko, he says that they were acting like they were at a funeral, saying Top Rank, like basically a lot of Top Rank's production and, you know, people that work for Top Rank, they looked at him like they saw a ghost, like they didn't want him to win, and they were sad that Lomachenko lost, right? And he said all of this before these claims by Vasily Lomachenko, right? Even if you listen to the post-fight press conference with Teofimo, where he had the mic after he just beat Lomachenko, he called out a Top Rank PR dude. He said, "Hey, Evan, what's wrong? You know, you look like you mad or sad." And then Evan said something to the effect of, "Oh, I'm a Top Rank employee." But Teofimo even called out a Top Rank guy. So you know what he's saying. He really felt that energy. So somebody got to be lying. Lomachenko said that the game was set up against him and, you know, people wanted him to lose. But then before he even said that, Teofimo got mad interviews where he said the Top Rank people were acting like they saw a ghost, or, you know, they acted like they're at a funeral. Everybody was sad that Lomachenko lost. So it can't be both ways. It can't be Teofimo's telling us that Top Rank act like they were at a funeral and they were sad that he won, and he been saying that. And then Lomachenko is saying whoever they are, somebody wanted him to lose. Who is somebody? Who would have enough clout and power and money to pay off the judges and bribe them? So somebody is not telling the truth here. And I think we know who that person is. That's Game Blouses. Use the ESPN Plus link in the description. ESPN Plus, they offer a ton of original content, docu-series, documentaries, archive footage, and much more. Click my link. It does help the channel continue to grow so I can kick out content just like this and other things and continue to grow, buy new gear for the channel and things like that. ESPN Plus, you can get it as a standalone app, as I mentioned, for $5.99. Or if you want more content, get the bundle, ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three apps for one low price by clicking on that link of $12.99. Now, keep this in mind. Disney Plus, they just launched a bunch of new shows. Disney Plus, just so you guys know, they got a lot of content. Star Wars, hold on. Star Wars and Marvel features. Disney Plus, what did it say? Everything I Did. Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Rangers of New Republic. They got a Loki show. Marvel Studios is getting busy. Let's go. Click on that link. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Armor Wars. I got to read up on some of these, but get that bundle. It's $12.99. Look, Disney will add 50. This is a crazy deal, y'all. Disney Plus will add 50 new Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, and Pixar series and movies over the next few years. So they're getting it popping. Use my link, get that ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu bundle. Get it now while the getting's good. As far as Lomachenko, you just lost, bro. You lost to a young up-and-coming fighter. He did what he said he was going to do. That's it. That's all. I came, I saw, I conquered. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.